Hey guys, we're live. All right, nice to meet everyone here. My name is Juliana, and today I'm going to be talking about Autogen. This is much less technical than any of the other talks you've heard today. Very simple. So let me start. First, I'm going to point out a couple QR codes. Top is a sample app, very simple GitHub. If you want to clone it or not, you can use whatever app that you have going on. And then this is a QR code to Autogen. So Autogen is a developer cloud for builders. Basically, what I've been pitching to people is we are a Web3 Vercel. I'll explain. First of all, my name is Juliana. Nice to meet you. I am the lead DevRel at NodeOps. I've been a developer since 2017. As lead DevRel, I get to do a lot of fun stuff. I get to travel to conferences. I run hackathons. I do live streams. I do YouTube tutorials. But I can do this because I was a developer first. So when I started as a Web3 developer in 2017, I was deploying with Netlify. Do you guys know Netlify? Vercel? Heroku? Okay, all right, you guys are old. All right. Well, it got easier and easier. I started with AWS EC2 instances in the very beginning. I remember it was a pain in the butt. But over the years, I know 99% of you, I talked to a few developers, all of you are deploying with Vercel. I don't think I remember hearing a single of you not using it. But let me give you a little story. So this is an email I get every single month since 2018. This is the bill from AWS. I owe AWS $1.21 every single month since 2018. And you know what? I don't know what I'm paying for. I've been paying this bill every single month. You know why I don't know what I'm paying for? Because the AWS system is super complicated. Do you guys know what I'm talking about? Yeah, you log in, you're trying to figure out what your billing is. It's crazy. Honestly, I'll probably keep paying this for the rest of my life because $1.21, I'm sorry, it's not worth my time. But I'm probably paying for some kind of like RDS or database or whatever. So anyway, I don't use AWS anymore. I never use AWS. I don't use EC2 instances. I don't use any of the relational databases. But today I'm coming to you because I'm using Autogen. Autogen is essentially what I've been telling you. It's an easy way to deploy. It's a one-click deployment. So first I'm going to rattle off a bunch of things. You can pay attention or not. There's an AI native workflow, which means that you get to edit your code from inside of your deployment tool. It's open and portable. You get to migrate your data and your code bases. It's flexible deployment. You can deploy with your GitHub, easy. Deploy with Docker, easy. Or you can deploy with something that someone else has already made, like a template marketplace. So I'm going to do a live demo at the end. Let's all hope it works. But it's super fast. You blink, and it's like already deployed. All right, so the developer experience is simple. You just build, deploy, scale. Building is very simple. You probably use GitHub. Do you guys know how to use Docker? You know how to use Docker. You guys know how to, okay, if you don't know how to use Docker, I'm running a workshop next week, all right here. I don't know what day yet, 17 or 18, right here. 1 hour workshop, bring your laptop, and I'll teach you how to Dockerize your app. I'm gonna use AI, I'm not gonna lie. You don't need to do this manually anymore. But anyway, if you can Dockerize your app, you're basically containerizing your application, and then you can duplicate it. Now the issue with AI these days is that you've created a lot of founders. I know you guys are highly technical. You guys are an invisible garden, for Christ's sake, For non-technical founders, you're generating an application. The next step is how do you get your app into the world? How do you deploy it? How do you scale it? How do you test it? How do you market it? How do you make money off of it? That's where NodeOps comes in. So I'll show you what that looks like. Our infrastructure is Web3 based, which means the servers are coming in from other people. They provide their compute. Now, what lives on top of the servers, at first, we sold nodes. We did node sales. We're revenue positive. A lot of blockchain companies, every time they deploy a new blockchain and they need a bunch of miners or oracles or something like that, they come to us. But Autogen is a new way of using the same infrastructure. Now, instead of hosting nodes and miners, we want you to host applications. So since we launched this product only a month ago, it's free of charge. Use as much compute as you want. In fact, I encourage you to deploy. So far, I've been testing it with like easy applications, front-end, back-end applications with Next.js, Python, whatever. But I want to see Go. I want to see, C++. I want you to like try it, So check out Autogen. All right, but let me skip to the end. All right, build time, infra, whatever. All right, I'm going to focus on this slide. Why? Because this is a pro and con list between Vercel, V0, and Autogen. You don't have to pay attention to the whole thing. The only line I care about is this one. Oh my God, I can't find it. Oh, here it is. This one, full stack, the first one. So Vercel and V0 only handle front ends. Autogen handles both, which means you can deploy your monorepo with us. You can deploy your front end, your back end. You can edit your code from within Autogen. Vercel doesn't do that. All right. So now I'm going to skip over to the live demo. After that, I'm going to talk about our hackathons, our partnerships, our grant program. But here's Autogen. Very simple, right? On the left, you see projects. I only have one project going, and it's a Telegram bot. You see it's running. You can see the instance it's on. It's my master branch. If I wanted to deploy, let me show you the 3 different ways to deploy. I come over to the top right and click New Project. And I can either select a GitHub repository, I can select a Docker container, or I can select a template. So which one do you guys want me to try first? GitHub. I knew you would say that. GitHub. So let's go to GitHub. Your first time coming here, it's going to ask you to connect to your GitHub, and then it's going to pull all of your GitHub repositories. So my GitHub's old. I have about like 92 or 100 repos here. You can see all of my projects. The one I'm going to deploy is this one, a template example app, whatever. I think it's a task app. Then I select the branch I want. I want the main branch. I select the framework it's on. I have these options, Next.js, React, and you have an unknown as well. I know it's a Next.js app. I know I'm on port 3000. And then I give my project a name. Let's call it Task App Garden, for Invisible Garden. And then if I had any specific criteria, for example, if I had a environment variable, I would set it up here. If I had a custom run or build command, I would set it up here. If I had a Docker file, I would check this off. But if I don't do anything, what is Autogen going to do? It's going to generate a Docker from what I've given it. It's going to take the GitHub I've given it and generate a Docker from it. It's ready. I'm going to click deploy. OK. So now my project is getting deployed. From this screen, there's a few things you can access. So if you've used Vercel before, it's very similar. You have your app logs, you have build logs, you have analytics. Once this is deployed, you're going to have a URL that you can then share. And you can track usage. And every time you make a push, it redeploys. A feature that Vercel does not have is this button here. It's the Create in Sandbox. If you click this button after it's been deployed, what it does is it generates a VS Code environment, an IDE, a virtual IDE, just like the one that you're using locally. And you can git push to your project direct from here. It has a built-in AI, so you can just kind of like Claude Code or Cursor. You can say, hey, I want to change the background to pink or whatever. Git push, and it redeploys to Autogen. So it's nice that you just get to stay all within Autogen. All right, so while this is deploying, I can actually go ahead and deploy the other stuff. I'm going to go back. Now I'm going to do Docker container. Just like before, I click deploy Docker. I'm going to type in I have a Docker right here. It's called calc. Juliana piece / calc. And then give it the tag number, which is 0.1. Also port 3000. Give it a name. So the project name you give it is actually going to be your URL. your custom domain name. I'm calling it calc app. I have no run commands, no environment variables, and I'm going to hit deploy. Okay, just like before, this is the same screen. So that's deploying. All right. We don't actually have to baby this. You don't have to stay on the screen. I can go back. All right? And I'm going to do the last one. I'm going to do a template. And then I'm going to, these are templates, which means these are Docker images that someone has already built. And you just click it and it will deploy. So these are like you have a dating AI, someone made a money converter. Let's do money converter and a counter app. These are sample applications. We actually have real templates in the production build, but Autogen, like I said, is still very, very new, so we want you to test it. So money converter, let's give this app a name. Let's call it cash converter. And deploy that too. Okay, so we're done. We have 3 projects being deployed now. Let's go back and see if any of them are ready. Okay, so just in front of you right now, I just deployed these top 3 projects. The first one, the task app Garden, this was done with GitHub. Now it's green, it's running, it's deployed. I'm gonna click on settings. So now I'm in here. What can I do in here? Well, first I can see my app. There's a host URL. Can you guys see that? I can also click visit my project. So I click on it. This is my app. I can share this with you guys. It's functioning. There's my task. I'm adding more tasks here. I can delete them. I can check them off. This is my application. That's live. I can go and check in app logs. I can create in Sandbox. And you can see like over here, this was the Docker image that was generated from my code base. Let's check on the other projects, shall we? So we also deployed the calc app. This was done with Docker. And then I go to the host URL. And voila, there's my calculator application. Okay, totally shareable to the world. All right, that's functioning. And then the final deployment that I did in front of you was a template, the cache converter. So I'm gonna go to this project and then convert, I don't know, like $100 US to Chinese yuan. All right, that's 710 yuan. And voila, that's Autogen. You can use this today. You can connect your GitHub, you can deploy your applications. I don't know what you guys are building with, but I want you to try it. More than likely, it's gonna work. If not, very similar to Vercel, you can see your app logs, you can see your build logs. If it's not working, debug. So back to what's happening now. We have a hackathon going on. There's $700,000 in prizes. We're partnered with AWS. AWS is going full speed on vibe coding. They have one of the largest projects. It's called the Amazon Q, just the letter Q. And it's a vibe coding project. Yeah, scan this QR code. There's $700,000 in prizes. We are one of them. We have a $1,000 bounty. The only thing to qualify for the bounty is to deploy on Autogen. That's it. That's it. We also have a $3 million grant program. We want to support killer apps. If you have a project that's needs support, marketing, servers, if you don't want to pay for your own servers, if you want us to tweet you, live stream, we have a very large audience. We've also, you can look up NodeOps. And we have a builder support channel. We have a Telegram and a Discord. Follow me on Twitter, on YouTube. I'm always generating new projects. And we have a very lively Discord community. Finally, we're looking for partnerships. If you're building a cool project and you're looking to launch your product, if you're a little further along than hackathon level, perhaps looking to launch a project and leverage a wider distribution with incentive systems. We can talk about partnership too. Okay? That's all from me today. You guys, give Autogen a shot and let me know how it goes. I'm always available for a DM. You can reach me anywhere. Okay, by the way, come find me. I brought some swag. Okay? They're hardware wallets. All right, thank you. You have to put your own money in it. All right, thank you. Okay.